don't know. I don't really feel any different. What's happening? It's working. Hey friends, my name is Marie and welcome to Living 24. In today's video, I'll be talking about the mystical, ambiguous, and ever so controversial healing crystals. I use the word controversial because there is a big divide on whether crystals are effective or not. But before we go any further, what are crystals? To be exact, crystals are a combination of molecules and atoms that are found beneath the Earth's surface. And we know that crystals have been around for centuries, being used as jewelry and its healing powers. But do they work? There is no scientific evidence behind the efficacy of crystals. However, there have been studies that have suggested that the power of the crystals is in the mind, aka the placebo effect. So, without further ado, let me show you my collection and whether do crystals work? Is it placebo and it's all in my mind? We'll see how we go. So these are my collection of crystals which I ordered online. It's an Australian website and I had to make sure that they were ethical, which they are, thank goodness. So they've given me a little card and it came in a pack, and this is the stress relief and calmness pack. So I'm going to show you what I got. I have some clear quartz, the amethyst, I have a selenite, halite, Snowflake Obsidian, and a sodalite. Those were the selected crystals that came in my pack, and it did also come with a sage smudge stick, which is used to cleanse the crystals. So what you do, you light them and you're supposed to put the smoke over the crystals to cleanse them. So I went ahead and did that already, because what they say when you take home some crystals, to make sure that there isn't any negative energy clinging on. I also went ahead and picked up some extra crystals that stood out to me. A Smokey Quartz, 2 citrine rocks, which is actually also my birthstone, by the way, and I got a green Aventurine. I'll probably be testing it out for the next week or so, and the observations that I make and get out of it. I'm back. It's been a good time trying and testing out these crystals, but let's start with what I use these crystals for. I used it for sleep, meditation, yoga, study, and just overall aiding my anxiety and having it around the house, so just in general. How are the crystals for sleep? So they say that sodalite helps with insomnia and assists with sleep management, which I really need. And I also have these 2 amethyst stones as well that I'm going to put under my pillow. This is the pillow that I use, and I'm just going to pop it in. And it was mixed feelings. I did have all the crystals in my room initially. After 2 nights of sleeping with my crystals under my pillow, last night I chose to take it out and just put it outside. I've been having nightmares lately, and I was wondering if it was because of the crystals. And last night I didn't dream, which was mind-blowing. I've been having vivid dreams, and the fact that I didn't dream last night is a coincidence. Is it working? I'm just mind-blown. I used my crystals to meditate as well, and So one of the things I love to do is meditate, and I usually do that before bed, but this is actually my favorite time of day. It's around 4 o'clock and most of the sun comes in through this room that I'm in. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to place some gemstones around me, and I'm going to do a quick meditation session and see how it feels. So I just finished a 10-minute meditation. How do I feel about it? I don't know. I don't really feel any different. Meditation is that's alright. I used my crystals for studying. I didn't really notice. I kind of just placed it in my office on like one of the bookshelves, and I forgot that it was there. So I don't know, it was just there. It's pretty. I didn't notice anything different. My studies, because I do have a tendency to procrastinate a lot, and that didn't change, so hence why the stress is here. So the main reason why I purchased these crystals was if it worked for my anxiety, my depression, but particularly focusing on my intrusive thoughts. Does it help my day-to-day anxious moods? Because I do often feel anxious quite a lot because I do have a lot on my plate. Well, I feel like I have a lot on my plate anyway, and it's quite overwhelming. I feel like in some way it was helpful. The sense of holding onto a crystal and staying still with them, I did feel, I guess, what you would call energies, positive energies, and manifesting my thoughts into being okay. And I just wanted to get through the day, and that's what I fed into these crystals, just wanting to have another day where I'm not consumed by my anxiety. So I feel like in a sense I felt connected with the crystals for sure. But let's go into what my favorite crystals were. My favorite crystals were the Smokey Quartz and Clear Quartz. And do you know what's funny? It's been a while since I actually filmed the part of where I tested and tried out my crystals. It's been a month. I lost my Smokey Quartz, which was actually my favorite crystal. I'm so sad. Yeah, so that was my favorite. Of course, the citrine. The citrine definitely brought me joy. Perhaps it's a bright yellow color or the fact that it's my birthstone, but the citrine was definitely a favorite. In saying that, the big old question, do crystals work? Oh man, how do I answer this? Because I do genuinely love crystals. I love the idea of collecting them. I think at the end of the day, it is my mind's really powerful. Everyone is going to have a different answer. Whether you think they're just plain rocks or they're powerful little gemstones. And I love the idea of how powerful our minds are. So let's talk about that. The fact that I could shift my mindset into what these crystals mean, and that made me feel less anxious or less worried or less stressed. I think that was powerful for me. Whether it was my mind that made those shifts in how I thought, or was it the power of the crystal? Perhaps it's placebo, and in a way, in the back of my mind, I think it is. But I think placebo is very powerful. Being able to shift my mindset and focus on something else, I love the idea of that. And if the crystals are the thing to use to get to that place, then so be it. I will continue to use these because it is an aid. It assists me in thinking in a different way than how I would usually think. So that's my little review and thoughts on crystals. Do they have powers? I don't know. I'm gonna leave it to the professionals, to the scientists. I ain't no scientist, but I personally will keep using them. If you like this video, don't forget to comment below and let me know what your thoughts are. Give it a like, subscribe to my channel, click on the notification bell so you can keep updated for future videos. My name's Marie, and thank you for watching. Don't forget to keep trying and keep living. Take care. Bye!